Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. Your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Sober Talk, and welcome to the continued celebration that we started, Sunday? Been quite a run, hasn't it? Um, in Alcoholics Anonymous, you're allowed to celebrate the whole sobriety thing for a grand total of up to 1 week. So that's why the celebration. Um, you know, uh, Today, you know, it's just been a chill day, and I have enjoyed that. Where the heck did I leave my vape? Where in the world did I leave? That sure as heck is not where I left it. So it's good to see you all today. I already see my first person making their way in. We'll go back into the office, try to keep it down a little bit. Princess Faye's still resting. She got home and too tired, but that sort of thing. I'm like, get your rest in, baby. Get your rest in. So, so there we go. Make sure everything is all set up because I don't want to miss anything. All right. So here we go again. You know, um, so pretty much it's been, I haven't got to do a whole lot this week because, the weather. Weather's been cold. It's been snowy. Shoot, I think it snowed a little bit again last night too. Snowed a little bit the day before. The one day it didn't snow, everyone was still digging out from the day before. So it's been interesting to say the least. Um, Weather's been just crummy. So it's been, it's just been one of them things. So tomorrow, I have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully I can get back to work on Saturday. I have not been to work, but in about a week, because of the weather. I had Sunday off because for my sobriety birthday, and I have not been to work since. It's been a nightmare as far as that goes. Like my paycheck's gonna look rough, you know. Um, so that is what is going on there. Um, so right now, currently, we're just kind of having that slow start. Um, but here we're going to get underway and start doing going ahead and kind of getting the whole thing started with talking sobriety. Actually, we're probably going to get diving into that pretty quickly. Um, it looks like I just got drug into a new group of some sort. I'll have to look because they're going nuts in this chat, and I don't recognize it. So I think someone invited me and didn't tell me anything. I don't know. I'll look at to see what's going on. Um, so you'll hear that going off for a little bit. What's going on, Raven? Oh, oh, good to see you. It's started a little late tonight. Started a little late tonight for tonight's sober talk. Of course, I finally laid down and took a bit of a nap. I've been up and down all day today, and Princess Faye is still. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that big congratulations. 15 years is not exactly a joke in Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, it's good to see you too. Um, you know, right now it's kind of a slow start to it. I just seen my debut match in BUW today over on Broken Mike's channel. I seen that and I went nuts because he nailed the look. Because if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to tell you too much, but it was a phenomenal debut match for me in BUW. It was phenomenal. Broken Mike nailed the look because if I honestly was a professional wrestler, that's exactly how I would look. He nailed it. He nailed it. Um, and the sad part is, uh, you know, Um, I don't want to give away too much, but I took on a much bigger guy, and a veteran, a longstanding veteran in BW, and it was from to my knowledge, and um, it was a good match. It was a very good match. I don't want to give away too much. You're going to have to wait to see it, but I can tell you that it is the start of part three. The top of the match, it was the start of it. Princess Faye had her debut in BUW in the card yesterday, in the BUW card yesterday. Phenomenal match. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Really nailed that look with Princess Faye as well. Really did an amazing job. Um, it was a just solid. You know, shoot. I know the pay-per-views were. I was there for the pay-per-view. That was off the chain, man. That was unhinged. Um, you know, but then at the same time, um, this card has been, just huge. And from what I gather, I will not, both Princess Faye and I will not be seeing this pay-per-view, but the following one we will be definitely involved in. Who knows what we'll be doing. And the roster is big in BUW. It's a big roster. The men's roster is huge. Um, I almost wonder how in the hell Broken Mike keeps track of all of that. That is just ooh. I don't know how he does that. I have no idea how he does it. Um, so it's been good. It's been really good. I'll say I can taste it. It's already getting close to that time to change out to add more of the vape fluid to it because you can actually taste it as it gets closer. It has a distinct taste, almost like a metallic burnt taste. Yeah, yeah, it's looks like it's gonna be a slow stream tonight, but that's okay. Either which way, a nice quiet stream or a fully excited one, it doesn't matter if one person watches or 50,000 people watch. It doesn't matter. Um, which I need to talk to y'all and see about bringing Miss Kelly into our little group. I think she would have a good time. Which the irony of it is, I'm friends with more of you over in the UK than I am. Yeah, I have more close friends over in the UK than I do here in the States, which is really cool. It's really, really, really cool how I have more friends over in the UK than I do here. I was telling my mom that I have more friends in the UK on YouTube than anywhere else. And she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, even here more than the States, Mom." And when we were talking about it, and she's like, "That's really cool, though, son. That's really cool." And Mom accidentally came across one of the pictures of Cinnamon, and she's like, oh my God," and then went right past it. She somehow came across one of those. Somebody evidently put a picture of me up on Facebook, and She freaked out when she seen cinnamon. Yeah, didn't know what to think of that. I said, Mom, you got to remember it's a character. I said, and I'll only do it for a couple hours on Saturday. And she's like, I know it, I just can't, I said, but you got to understand. I said, people like that stuff. I said, we live in a different world. She's like, yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. We live in a weird world. That's for sure. Um, well, hello there. We have Zelda. Zelda. She's off doing kitten stuff. I know every time, y'all see her now, like she has grown. She's grown a lot. Road company. All right. All right. I was gonna say you've been missing I hey, what's going on, Gabriel? Welcome to the live, my friend. It's kind of a quiet one at the moment, but I'm celebrating a grand total of 15 years of continuous sobriety in Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a long time for anybody to be sober. Long time. Um, so we've been in Alcoholics Anonymous. You're to celebrate for up to a week, and it hasn't been a full week yet. So this uh, this coming Sunday, that's it. We move on to the next big, the big next big milestone, whatever that is. Have fun with you, Gabriel. Y'all got to warn me when you're streaming because I could have wanted, if I'd have known that, I'd been playing for the crowd, but I didn't know that. So heads up on that next time. Let me know when you're streaming, brother. So I can play to the crowd. And I had a little bit of a lag spike there. Okay, we're good. Yeah, let me know when you're streaming and you have me run with you on Save the World so I can a little bit. I'd have showed off a little bit more. Um, which now, when I get on and start doing my usual, getting all the stuff, getting all my stuff together, um, I'll have to make you Gabriel, I'll have to make you the new sniper rifle that I've got. I think you will really, really enjoy it. Oh, you having internet issues? It's all good. It's all good. You're here now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You're here. You're now. Yeah. Next time you stream, let me know, and I can even share you out on my community tab, everything like that. Yeah, make sure I know so I can start bringing people in for you because you're sitting at 66, and we can get you a lot higher than that. We should build you a lot higher than that. Which I need to do that with some of Mikey G's loaded stuff. We're trying to help build him up too. And I know Raven's been slowly Raven's getting closer to 200 now. He's getting a little bit closer to 200. Last I looked, which was I think this morning, it was yeah, he's getting closer to 200. Which that's really cool. Mikey G's at a real kind of just kind of hop along little crawl. I mean, he takes a few and then might lose one or two, and then he takes a few more in. So it's a little bit of a slow crawl. It's kind of three steps forward and two steps back for Mikey G. Ravens had a nice steady crawl right now, so I'm figuring it might be that one loaded video away from the big one. So I've got an idea on that one, Raven. I've got a really great idea on that one. Holler at me. Um, yeah, I got a great idea on that. Really, modem may not be able to handle all that. Yeah, motive. Yeah. One of well, Princess Faye calls it a conspiracy theory. It's just the honest to goodness fact. Okay, we've actually been told by an insider, a guy on the inside. Oh, thank you, Bad Bad. Don't give away too much. Raven hasn't seen it yet. Um, you know, but yes, thank you. Uh, I will tell you, I seen your match, and what an outing. I can only tell you that. It was a heck of an outing, Mad Bat. Heck of an outing for you. Um, Great match. I enjoyed it. I know Raven's lurky turkey right now, so I don't want to give away too much. But yes. Um, oh. Oh goodness, he's not happy, huh? I guess not. I guess not. Thank you for that was a good match. Good match, folks. Well then if he's already seen that much, he's seen the match that was before it, and that was my debut match in BUW. And I went against Augie Man. Great competitor that Augie Man, and he gave me a good run for my opening debut. And it was a great match, but I will not tell it in this stream because of the fact that I really don't want, I want people to go see it. I want people to go see it. And it was a great match, a great match. I was just blown away. I was blown away by by my competition. But in the end, it was a great debut. That's all I can say. Yeah. I will tell you I did win, but you're going to have to see how I won. My comment and on that one probably said it all. And I know Jack was like, wow, he was really excited about that. Really, Jack really loved it. He's like, holy crap. Nail biting on the end of my seat. It was great. But anyhow, tonight is Sober Talk. We're continuing the celebration, 15 years without a drink or a drug. Oh, shoot. I'm not terribly far behind you on ventures then. I think I'm sitting at 9, almost 10. I'm gonna be grinding here in a little bit. I'm gonna be grinding. Oh my, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen your match. You great debut. It was a great idea for you to do the tag team with Jamal, and it was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed you guys' match. It was a nail biter because I was wondering it kept kind of going back and forth for a little bit, but then when the pin came, that was it. For the record, on the card so far, I will say in my BUW match, my debut, I'm the only one who did what he did. The only one. Um, from what I could see. Because when that hand went boom, 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 I was like, uh-oh. When I seen the move applied, and that was the end of it. When I seen that that hand tap the mat, I was like, uh-oh. Everyone sees this and they're going to be like, oh shoot, it's real now. I haven't seen a move we haven't that. Oh, really? My move set was a direct pull from Bret the Hitman Hart. That was my move set, the entire move set. And as a matter of fact, the pile driver was a move that Bret Hart did use. So when it happened, I know, I know everyone was like, "Uh-oh, you don't see that very often." The WWE doesn't even allow the pile driver anymore. The pile driver has faded into obscurity in wrestling because it is potentially dangerous. It is a very dangerous move. So dangerous, in fact, that people have had their neck broken from it. Severe concussions, shoulder injuries, back injuries. The pile driver is a dangerous move. So the fact that they kept that move on the game, because it was a Bret Hart move, and Bret Hart always claimed that he was such a good wrestler that he could even stomp on someone full force and do it in a way where no one ever got hurt. He always claimed he was proud of the fact he never actually hurt anyone in wrestling. And I thought that was really neat how that was a bragging right. He's like, I never. He's like, because wrestling is in real life wrestling, and I tried to explain it to Princess Faye. I said, you got to understand, honey, it's a performance art. They're playing to the crowd. The bad guys really aren't bad guys. They just play like they are. In the days of kayfabe, when that was still a thing. And kayfabe's a thing of the past, but it's just very bad. I mean, basically, it used to be in the old days of wrestling. Um, Come with us for about an hour and believe our stories. Um, you know, Princess Faye's doing good. She's sleeping right now. She had a late night, obviously at work. She gets home about 7:30, almost 8 o'clock this morning, and she sat up for a while. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Get some rest." And finally, she laid down. And when she did lay down, I mean, that was it. If it was in real life wrestling and wasn't on a game like that, yeah, Raven would have been. You could say that Raven would have basically it would have been like uh, Mike would have brought you guys in and said, "Look, guys, this is the finish that we want. We want an upset like this. Okay, it'll get the crowd behind the new person. Hey Raven, I need you. You're one of my top guys, and I think this will really set the tone because it'll help me give this guy a push. Would you take the fall?" And Raven would, I need you to take the. And he would have been like, yeah, I'll help the new guy out. Or, no, I don't think that this, he could have, kind of argued one way or the other, but, a little bit if he had creative control. The cats are doing kitty cat things. Zelda was just in here a minute ago, but she didn't stick around long enough for me to turn the camera on her. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. Is basically brought you guys into the room, said, "This is the finish. This is what we need. You guys, and this is kind of how we want the finish to go. We need you guys to work out the details, and this is why." You know, and other than the character, oh yeah, I know, Gabriel, you really got a kick out of Zelda. I'll have to put the video footage up. I'll have to put the video footage up of Zelda. And maybe after this, I'll get a little filming done real quick. I actually have a camera set up right over here where I can kind of do some, do my work right there. But yeah, in actual real wrestling, basically, it would have been like Mike would have brought you guys into the room, would have explained to you guys. Even though he's kind of a dick well, he's a bit of a dick. And a lot of people don't like him, but when it comes to wrestling, if you want to understand wrestling a little bit more and kind of how it all comes together, the guy you really want to talk to, well, that you want to listen to talk about wrestling, even though, like I said, he's kind of a dick and he really needs to stay out of politics. And, he's a bit of a smart ass. And I know some people get really upset. Um, but um, the guy you want to listen to when it comes to learning about the ins and the outs of wrestling is Jim Cornette. He really is the one who breaks down, or JR, Jim Ross. Those guys explain the inside track of wrestling so well. If you want to learn about what it's like on the inside, basically work in the industry, they explain it really well. And even JR kind of says what he says, and he means what he says, sort of thing. He doesn't get the heat that Jim Cornette does. Jim Cornette gets a lot of heat, but you know. Oh, you didn't notice that, Gabriel? Yeah, yeah. We achieved that last year. Last year, we're at the stage now where I'm ready to have the money making stuff turned on, but we're having a little bit of trouble with that. But yeah, I got to holler at you guys, and we got to start. We got to start, pushing the Patreon account again. I got to get in there and mess with that. But yeah, we're ready to start pushing Patreon again. So, which right after this, I also got to film a scene for one of my videos, and then a little bit later, I'll be on Save the World because Princess Faye's probably not going to be up till much later on tonight. I'm not getting roped into an all-nighter of Save the World again, though. That was, oh my God. That was wow. I had fun, but I can't do that. Yeah. Well, here's the problem. The Prince Magnum channel is, it's a good channel. Remember a bucket of no. Uh she needs the rest though, Bad Bat. She really does. She does not sleep super well. And it's really hard for her to get the sleep that she needs. And poor Princess Faye, it has just been, the night shift thing has really caused a lot of problems as far as the things we do and things like that. She's, when she does sleep, I'd push her to sleep. It's like you need to get the sleep. It's like um, which I know some people are like, oh, spending as much time as you can. Yeah, I will when she gets enough sleep. I'll be glad to spend the time with her. You know, um, but she needs that sleep. She needs that sleep so badly. Yeah, she does not get enough sleep. Doesn't get enough sleep. Matter of fact, we even have a hammock now set up in the living room. Basically, we have an indoor hammock, and she sleeps in that a lot. And I know for you, Gabriel, I was explaining I was telling Princess Faye, I said, you do realize that English is his second language. I'm really impressed. I said, I've never actually heard him speaking. And, where are you from exactly, Gabriel? I've been meaning to ask you that. Where are you from exactly? Just give me country of origin. Yeah, I don't want an exact location because, we got people, keep that secret. But what's your country of origin? I'm curious about that. Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. Well, Spanish. Spanish could have been one of my major languages, but I never learned. There you go. Yeah, I'm familiar with yeah, Central America. Yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with Costa Rica. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures. Beautiful country. Um, okay, real quick inside track. Technically, I should have learned Spanish when I was a kid. On one side of my family, I come from a very old German family. I come from a very old German family, old German Catholics. Give you an idea. How you doing, Galaxy? But then you go to the other side of my family, and I'm Native American and Mexican. Yeah. Bad, bad. We got that here too. Um, I need to do an in your face, in depth look at, the last in your face, and I need to film that one. I really need to film that one and really blow everyone's mind on how it all goes, including some of the old. Uh, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's old conspiracy theories, but this is all declassified information that I mean anybody can find. And it's one of those things that it's always been common knowledge, and people don't want to hear it. They're afraid to hear it because here in the United States, it's like you're not as free as you think you are. You know, land of the free, home of the brave. Yeah, at one time, not anymore. Um, I I don't speak very much. Um, maybe bits and pieces, bits and pieces. I do speak, just very, very, very. I mean, I could recognize Spanish when I hear it. And I never learned, and because see, my grandfather, um, my grandfather, when basically when he was born in Corpus Christi, Texas, and so this will make sense because my great grandparents actually had a ranch in, I think it was Monterrey, uh, Monterrey, Mexico, and during the off season of the ranch, they would travel over the border on a work permit to the United States and was working farms up in Corpus Christi. My great grandma was pregnant with my grandpa, and then when was born here in the United States. So uh, he got an automatic, U.S. Birth certificate. So he was actually a natural born U.S. citizen. So, but they did offer my great grandparents U.S. citizenship because they had a child, and that's how that goes. I'll have to explain that some. I'll have to explain that one too, how that works. Um, they did offer it to him. They said no because we live in Mexico. That's where our ranch is. So during the off season, well, around time my grandpa was about 12 years old. Both my great grandparents were gone, and he did not like living with my great aunts and uncles. Did not want anything, and he basically hopped a train, came to the United States, and kind of moved around from town to town for a little while. Eventually settled down in Los Angeles, and eventually went to work for Chrysler. And when there was a Chrysler plant out in Los Angeles. And for the record, I'm not even a Mopar fan, when it comes to the old cars, I'm just not a big Mopar fan. And I don't like anything, uh, generally speaking, I don't like anything after the year 1987 to really customize. I'm not a big fan of, except for Project Lena. And that's kind of, that's just kind of how that all comes together. But uh, because of that, from what I understand, my that particular side of the family was descended from a certain part of Mexico that had a lot of basically it was like our reservations here in the United States, where it was all Aztecs that had basically kind of settled into the area of Mexico. So it was mostly Aztec in that area, Aztec, Mayan, and um, you know, basically, Native Americans that you would have found in around Mexico and Central America. So we're to kind of have a little bit of touch of that, and then of course with a little bit of Mexico, of the Latino Mexican mixed in with that part of the Native American. Then when he eventually met my grandmother and had children, I had that grandmother had just a very touch of Mexican, but mostly were from the Pima Indian tribe. So I'm very much Native American, just very little Mexican thrown in there, very little, but it's mostly Native American. So yeah, there's that's on that side of the family, because actually I still have family on a Native American reservation here in the United States. But yeah, I don't speak any of my other languages that I really should. And see, on the other side, my great great grandfather immigrated to the United States in the 1800s, settled down in the Ohio area, near Delphos, and lived out there for many years. And then, of course, my great grandfather settled in the same area when it came time. Breaking Insanity Cycle. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Just kind of chit chatting about some of my family lineage. I got asked about it. You know, we're still celebrating 15 years. In Alcoholics, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this part, but in Alcoholics Anonymous, we celebrate for up to 1 week. So we're still celebrating 15 years of continuous sobriety. Been kind of a slow stream this evening, but that's okay. That is perfectly all right by me. I don't mind a nice quiet stream every now and again. Um, and it doesn't matter if there's one person or 1,000 people, you know, to me, the live stream is not so much about that. It's about, what I can give back to whoever's watching, whether it's even in the playback, it doesn't matter. Oh, yes. So on one side of my family, I come from a very old German family. And as a matter of fact, my great grandpa, this is all from my dad's side. I don't know a whole lot about my mom's side, but on my dad's side of the family, um, um, my great grandfather served in the First World War, which I have actually had the opportunity now um, to learn a little bit about. And because I come from an old German family, there is an excellent chance during the First World War that my great grandpa shot at our own family because being he served in the U.S. Army during the First World War and fought against Germany. You know, when we went to fight against Germany and and fought in France and everything. When that happened, my great grandpa most likely shot at our own family members. During the Second World War, my grandfather probably shot at some of our family because he fought with the United States. And so that sort of thing. And we didn't have a family member in the military up until recent years on that side. Well, I take that back. There was my Uncle Dan, who married into the family. He was already a career Navy man, though. He was a career Navy man, and he served for many years and retired from the U.S. Navy. Retired from the U.S. Navy, and then so he would have served. During the first Persian Gulf War, um, Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm. Then I had a brother, my brother Danny, who served. He did two tours, one tour in Afghanistan and one tour in Iraq, uh, in the U.S. Army. Um, then I have, yes, yes, indeed, Gabriel. But I will tell you this, okay? As bad as the world wars were, um, let me say right now, I know it's horrible, but here's the thing: the if you ever want to see a leap in technology, let a war happen. You'll see a leap in human technology. As horrible as that sounds, you will see a leap in technology. Today, the medical field owes its advancements to unfortunately, battlefield war, medicine. The medical field has advanced, especially in emergency medical. We have advanced a great deal over the course of, the last century was a huge leap in medical technology. And let me give you an idea to think about, okay? During the Second World War, we discovered that with 1 pint of human blood, we could actually save 3 lives with 1 pint of human blood. And that was as far back as the Second World War. We discovered that. Today, because of having that medical technology, With every pint of blood that comes from the Red Cross, we are now able to save 3 lives during a disaster today. So as horrible as the war is, don't think of just the atrocities. Look at what advancements come out of it. With radar technology came the microwave. So for those of you who practically eat every meal out of the microwave, you owe that to radar technology of the Second World War. Um, the leaps and bounds in aviation, if you travel by plane a lot, you owe that technology to both of the wars because that's when the leaps in that technology really came into its own. That's when it truly came into its own. Um, Canned goods really got better during the wars. I mean, no question about that. I could go on and on and on, but you know, yes, yes, it does. And I have this was actually something that my AA sponsor that we call Sober Man, which that has a special story in itself. Basically, the guy who taught me AA's 12 steps. Tell you a funny thing about that. Um, he knew that I was quite the history buff. That I was quite a history buff. Um, and being the history buff that I am, he would bring up some time in history, and I mean, I could generally go on. I'm basically a self-made historian, and if I don't know it, I'll rush out to learn a little bit about it. A lot of times, matter of fact, in somebody else's live stream, I was in the chat and I was just kind of hanging out, and one of the friends that I made was talking about how they were struggling with a particular time in history, and they didn't understand they didn't know where to find all the information and everything. And I said, "Well, what time frame in history are you talking about?" And I put it in the chat. What are you talking about? And it was my friend Choice Games. I haven't talked to him in a while. I gotta holler at him, see how he's doing. I haven't spoke to him in a while. Really awesome guy. Choice Games, big channel, but really a nice guy. I need to send him a message, see how he's doing. Um, but anyhow, um, over on right in the middle of his stream, somebody they asked about the this particular war with Cuba, and basically with and it was really neat because it was all started over. It was in the late 1800s, and it was basically with Spain, and so I had to and got to go through, and yeah, it was pretty neat. And that's where the Rough Riders came in, that sort of stuff. And we were in Cuba and kind of all over the place. I think we might even I forget exactly how far we went, but yeah. So we were sitting there kind of talking about all that, and I had to break down that little piece. Oh yeah, and she just basically I helped her with the time frame of history that she was looking for, and she took that information and wrote one heck of a history paper on it because I told her what I was able to quickly discover. I was like, "Oh yeah, I know a little bit about that." Yeah. Rough Ride. Okay. Bad, I'd have to explain that one to you. That's a piece of American history from the United States that pertains to a particular former president, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, um, before the First World War. The Rough Riders were basically a group of kind of military type volunteers, rode on horseback and run and gun, kind of almost like Western style fighting. It was really neat from what I understood, and that was one of our U.S. presidents. It was he was quite the adventurer. That Teddy Roosevelt. He was quite the adventurer. Very just courageous kind of guy. And at one time suffered from asthma, but yet somehow became a Golden Glove boxer, if I remember correctly. This is the stuff that sober man would go. What kind of Pepsi am I drinking? Just Diet Pepsi. I'm diabetic. I'm diabetic, so I have to take care of me. Have to watch. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Mikey G? Mikey G, did you see part three of of the BUW card? My debut. And please tell me you got the whole Save the World thing straightened out because I think it'd be really awesome if you did. Oh, you drink Pepsi? That's awesome. I mostly drink coffee though. Mostly I drink coffee. Today, I only had one Pepsi today, which I don't allow myself to drink too much in the way of sodas. Here in the United States, our sodas are not good for you. They're very bad. And well, carbonated drinks in general are bad for you. Um, they're carbonated with carbon dioxide. That's why it's carbonated. And your body tries to get rid of carbon dioxide. You're not supposed to be putting it back in. So it's not exactly good for you. And all of that sugar is not good for you. Oh, has it? Are you doing okay, Mikey G? I hope you're all right. Um, and of course, last night, Princess Faye and I did the Flash Cup. We did the Flash Cup last night, Mikey G. I ran with my wife in the Flash Cup. We did well, very well. 128 points is what we pulled down in that tournament. 128 points in 10 matches, which I got to get on there and check and see how we did. Awesome. Yeah, try to go in and yeah, to your restore those licenses. Mm. But after this, I do have to. I will be filming the next scene for a video that I'm working on. Um, the we finally came up with a good name for the new Lady Hot Rodders video series that we real quick, Gabriel. I don't know if you're super familiar, but well, you live in Costa Rica. I know you've seen these cars. I know you've seen them because down around where you live in Central America, they're still pretty well everywhere. Oh wow, yeah, you nearly drove. Yeah, okay, Gabriel. I know you. The Ford Maverick from the '70s into from 1970 to 1980. The Ford Maverick. I know you've seen that car because I know if you live in Costa Rica, that you're pretty familiar with that car. You've seen it a time or two, at least. I own a 1975 Ford Maverick. That's the car we call Project Spirit. I know you've seen the Maverick. I'll wait for it. I know you're familiar with the Ford Maverick. Kind of looks like something out of the 60s, looks a lot like a Mustang. If you go to one of my edited videos, one of my more recent edited videos, you'll see it. You'll see the car at the beginning of the video. But I have a four-door Maverick from 1975, and that's Project Spirit. But I know around Central America and all the way down, especially down when you get into South America and in Brazil and in Mexico, um, that that over in Mexico and in Brazil, the Maverick is everywhere. But I know in Central America, you will still see them kind of here and there. Looks a little like something that you would see, like a 60s Mustang. Basically, it was like Ford's retro look to the Mustang, Well, basically, it was a retro-looking Mustang that took over for the Ford Falcon for a little while. But I know around down in you guys in your part of the world, the Maverick is still everywhere. You guys treat it like the Mustang, like we do here in the United States. Actually, you guys were one of the reasons why the Maverick, even though it was discontinued here in the U.S., you guys had the Maverick for 3 more years after they discontinued it here in the United States. You guys loved them so much. Ford finally had no choice but to pull the plug. They just couldn't keep up with it. Yeah, the Mavericks are real popular down where you guys live. I didn't, so um, and that's kind of one of the biggest gifts I've ever gotten in sobriety. Actually, it's okay. So yeah, uh, as a matter of fact, on whenever you see my icon on, when I'm in chat with you guys or anything like that, the icon that's next to my name, that's me leaning against my car, my 1975 Ford Maverick. That's like before my alcoholism, before I got into, got into sobriety, before alcoholism really took over my life. I was, quite the car, I was always working on cars and always beefing them up, making them go fast. And they never always looked the greatest, but I could always take just like a regular engine. Yep. Uh, but now my banner for the channel, Princess Faye did that artwork. But yeah, over on, yeah, I have so many of you friends that are outside of the United States. Well, that means that now I have not only, supporters outside of the US, but now all the way down to Costa Rica. My mother's going to have a heart attack when she hears this, Gabriel. My mother's going to flip her lid when I say, Mom, I have supporters as far away as Costa Rica. And she'll be like, Costa Rica? Oh my God, son. That's my Prince Magnum. My mom's very proud of the work that I've done here on YouTube. She's not real big on the whole cinnamon thing, but she's very proud of the work that I do. And breaking insanity cycle. This is just part of the celebration, getting to share part of my life with you guys. Yeah, I'm Gabriel. I didn't know what to think of that when you know. I knew that you were. I couldn't remember exactly what country you were from, but I knew you were outside of the U.S. I just didn't realize you were in my hemisphere. I didn't realize that. You're over here in the Western Hemisphere, hanging with us crazies over here. We, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, I still have family on the reservation. Got to tell you about that, which evidently that's one of the reasons why I'm an alcoholic. Evidently, alcohol and some other stuff, just Native Americans' physiology just does not settle too well with, you know, it doesn't settle too well with us here in the United, it just doesn't settle well with us Native Americans. Our physiology does not allow us to really enjoy alcohol very well. You always hear about that old Native American, um, when he gets drunk, he gets wild and gets out of hand. Well, that's because our physiology just does not go well, with alcohol for some odd reason. I was 30 years old before I found out I was Native American, and just because of how badly Native Americans are treated. I did not know that. I always thought that, we always just passed ourselves off as Mexican here in the United States, and the treatment of Mexicans back in the early 1900s wasn't that great either, but it was still better than the Native Americans. Uh, yeah, I was 30 years old, and believe it or not, I'm actually 41 now. This August 7th, I will be 42 years old this year, which we're just a little under 6 months to go before I turn a grand total of 42. So, I'm creeping up on it, whether I want to or not. I'm going to be another year older. Hard to believe that. Hard to believe that. I'm going to be another year older. Yes, indeedy. 12 years older than you. Yeah, I'm getting used to coming up on 30. You Henri has bad, bad. That's my dislike button. I heard that. That's my dislike button. Actually, here's the thing though. The way YouTube runs, uh, yeah, they want you to have more likes than dislikes. That's always a plus side of it all. But here's the honest to goodness truth. You've got to have, on the occasion, you got to have a couple of dislikes here and there because the way the algorithms are set up, basically it's a way your audience will interact with um, your streams and your videos. So you got to kind of have a couple of those here and there, and that's the way that works. If you just have nothing but likes, YouTube kind of worries a little bit about that. But you've got to have a few here and there to kind of signify that your audience is interacting properly with your channel. So occasionally one here or there is always a plus. Which I know Monday will be an uploaded video. I think Monday we're going to be doing an uploaded video. If I know we're getting to the point where I'll be doing kind of regular uploads, and I'll be backing off of live streams down to 2 days for about a week or two. I think that's the plan. Yeah, yep. Yeah, YouTube does have some problems these days. Uh, I need to do a whole video kind of explaining what I've learned about YouTube. And when it comes to monetization, I'll have to actually I mean, I've learned a great deal what it takes to get there because some channels, I mean, I don't know what it is. Sometimes their discovery is like that. For other channels, we have to work our asses off. And I was one of those guys that I had to work my ass off. YouTube is now frowning on certain types of promotional streams, grow streams. Basically, what it is what a grow stream is. Um, Basically, you go in and you'd say I could use a little bit of help, and that channel will take a quick look at your channel. Real quick, brief look, maybe right there on the spot. They'll take a quick look at your channel, and then they'll shout you out, and they'll basically people will go over, and you grab that. You basically jump in, and you start smashing. People start hitting the subscription and hitting the bell icon. Well, the problem is basically it's not quite a sub for sub because you still have to support that person. Those people go over, they leave a comment in your chat. Hey, I was here. Love your channel. They leave a comment like that. Then you go over and you hang out with them and you support each other the best you can. Well, the problem with that is if you do it enough, pretty soon you get a lot of people doing it. And YouTube frowned on that, and they basically said, "You guys do this, keep doing this again," which it's a great way to support the community. Well, the problem is that what it ends up doing is it ends up basically kind of jamming everything up a little bit. Um, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So YouTube frowned on that, and they pulled the plug on that. Well, I was one of the ones that got lucky enough to get in like that. And a few of those people sneak over here and there, but mostly the community that I have right now, it's a tight-knit community. I know Ian, when he's able to come in, I mean, just brings an awful lot. Dude, we started last year live streaming pretty regularly, and I was streaming daily. Bad, bad. We have in the past, we have in the past done. Yeah, it kind of did. And channels get monetized that way, and people get really and YouTube has to. It's kind of like, well, we want it legitimate. We're if you are less than 5,000 supporters, if you are and you're still monetized, you won't make a whole lot of money off of it. But if you know how to brand your channel, bring in the product, really promote it in the right way. We've got a Teespring store where you can buy merch. That would bring in a great deal of revenue. And I've just got to go over there and start doing the t-shirts. Princess Faye has done some of the artwork, but we've had some issues with getting it all set up and everything. Once that is a thing, once that's a thing, we'll be able to do that artwork and put it on t-shirts and everything. I think we're gonna. I know one of you don't want to do the monetized thing. I will tell you, as a 1K, as part of the 1K club, it sounded better on the brochure. Um, I have kind of done some of that. Yeah, it's a great way to make a small profit. It is a great way to make a small profit. Which I know we've talked about putting a picture of Project Spirit up there, and kind of Project Spirit on a black background, and um, or something to that effect. The Project Spirit fan club, stuff like that. I know we need to definitely do a Lady Mavericks Unite T-shirt. um, Real quick, we're working. I've been diligently working on a video series for our lady hot rodders. Here in the United States, more women now are building custom cars than ever before. Ever before. Um, so much so that that the women are now starting to outnumber the men. And I got asked by a lady friend of mine named Midnight Cool, which I haven't seen her in a little bit. I got to holler at her. Which I need to bring her into the streamies. I need to bring her into the streamies. Mm. I need to get my promoter's code for Fortnite. I need to holler at them and get that code and start doing advertising there as well, because I've kind of gotten to where there's only two games that I really only will stream, and that's Fortnite and, of course, mostly Save the World, because my computer doesn't throw a huge fit on Save the World. Everywhere else, it throws a huge fit, which I need to go over and do some Battle Royale tonight, unfortunately, because I'm getting close to some of the stuff that I really want before the end of the frickin' season. There's one weapon wrap that I've been dying to get. Just want it. Want it. It's so freaking neat. I love it. And I'm 2 levels away from it. So I'm going to have no choice but to go over there and do it. Micah G, if you're in the background, I just got the flails that you use on Menace over on Battle Royale side. I just picked those up yesterday. Yesterday. Um, Yeah, you could buy them. You could buy tiers with V-Bucks, but remember, we're not quite there. So I grind it. I grind it. But yeah, I need to kind of talk a little bit about some of the stuff here on the channel. But I know that someone already said that as soon as we do a Teespring, that someone wants a cinnamon coffee cup. You know, Gabriel, if you're still somewhere in the background, which I've got a feeling you are, uh, there's a character that we have here on the channel called Cinnamon. Oh, you're at 99 now? Awesome. That's what's up, Mikey G. Um, but yeah, I need to get over there and we got to finish up some Teespring stuff. I might talk to Princess Faye about that and work on that. Probably sometime in the bright hours of the morning. Yeah, Gabriel, I basically I play a drag queen character. Oh, there you are, Raven. Good to see you, buddy. Um, I was talking about, I got talking about, some of the different things that, yeah, I know you struggle with your accuracy in game. Shotguns and shotguns and blades are your, shotguns and melee weapons are your thing. And oh, Raven, I got the obliterator and save the world. I got the obliterator. We'll have to do a promo stream again. But yeah, I got the obliterator. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Gabriel. Yeah, it's okay. I understand. I understand. I that's because I know you're here. I'm doing my very best to speak as clearly and with enough with enough projection that hopefully you should be able to hear me very, very well. That's because I know you're here, especially since that. Hey, there's our buddy Donald. I know who that is. Good to see you, buddy. I'll be sneaking on to save the world. We've got to grind some ventures out. Yes, I got the Raven. Sometime I know you're not super big on the whole save the world side right now, but I would like to do another collab with you. I'd like to do one with Viable, and I'd like to do one, kind of do a big get together with a lot of y'all and do some more collab stuff. Yeah, I know. That's a secondary account. Yes, we're still celebrating 15 years of continuous sobriety here on the channel. If you guys would have told me that, if you'd have told me back when I first got sober, that I'd be looking at 15 years, I wouldn't have believed for it. Yes, I would love to do a collab with you guys sometime. But yeah, we've got to grind out ventures. There's actually a voucher that I need that you get only in ventures. Hey, what's going on, Jake? I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. My debut match in BUW. Yeah, he is. Oh my God, when he said that. I have 5 children that I know of. I used to be quite the man whore back in my youth. Back when I was a younger man, I remember telling someone they asked me, "Is married? Would you?" Yep. Yeah, I know that's what you pick, but yeah, I've got to grind out some ventures. But if a bunch of us get together, Gabriel, hang on here. There you go. Gabriel, if you'll put something in the chat, you'll notice that the color of the text of your name has changed. You'll notice an icon next to your name. That is because you're a member of the Maverick Mechanics, Gabriel. Welcome. I know you'll watch over me and make sure that the hordes of trolls and my one YouTube stalker will leave me the frick alone with you watching my back. You're for it. Yeah, I'm right up there with you, with a few of you guys, But yeah, Jake, I know you've seen the BUW part 3, my debut match. I know you've seen it. Uh that was wow. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, I don't think this is going to go in my favor. And then all of a sudden it swung in my favor. I'm like, oh shoot. What a match. What a turnaround. And it was one of the shortest matches on the card against one of the veteran people in BUW. So I'm sitting there going, uh-oh, this could be something. Um, I'm waiting for Raven to see that match if he hasn't seen it yet. Raven, have you seen my debut match? I know right after that, your match with Bad Bad, that tag match against Bad Bad. I know you've seen it. Yeah, I know it's you. I didn't know if you needed that needed me to slide you but yeah, I'd recognize the icon, and I remember your. Yeah, I know you're on your second account. That's right, Gabriel. I made you, gave you moderator status. If you haven't seen it yet, I will say that the match went in my favor. My debut match went in my favor. Um, oh no, thank you. I've known you for a good long while now, Gabriel. We've run together enough, that it makes sense. The irony, I have a lot of friends overseas, across the ponds and in, yeah. Well, hang on. Boom. I didn't know if you needed one on this account. I didn't know if you needed one. You know, it, there you go. You know, I'm very fortunate to have so many wonderful friends here on YouTube. And most of my friends here on YouTube are from other countries. That is the irony of it. I've even had the opportunity to get to know someone from Uganda, um, which I need to get over there and see him. Gabriel, on Saturday nights, I play a female character live on my channel named Cinnamon. Um, and if you've ever seen a Cinnamon live stream, it is, I know in other parts of the world, most people get it, but here in the United States, they don't get it. We have a lot of prudes here in the United States. Um, it's one of those things. We have a lot of prudes here in the United States, very, very conservative types. But in other parts of the world, the irony of it is everyone gets it. Uh, you know, oh, I'm not a member of the NWO. I just joined the BUW. I don't know. I don't know. I think they're trying to resurrect the New World Order from wrestling in the BUW. Oh, Raven, you'd have to ask them about it. I don't know what it's all about. Just a, wrestling stable. But yeah, so we've, been rocking out, hanging out with all of you guys, just talking life, just talking life in sobriety, just sharing a little bit of my life. And I've got a lot of stories about sobriety, but the last couple of streams, it's just been sharing what goes on in a day-to-day life with Prince Magnum. Most of the time, except for the weather being crummy outside, we still got snow on the ground. And it's been snowing. Out of the last 5 days, it's snowed 3 out of the last 5 days, to give you an idea. Had a lot of snow on the ground. Bad, bad. You know, um, I've been very, very blessed with a lot of, in sobriety, I've made more friends than I could have ever have imagined. I've made a lot of friends in sobriety. Um, and, I get to play video games with some of you. I get to share parts of my life with you guys, some of my knowledge that I have been fortunate enough to acquire over the years of my sobriety, and some of it even before I got sober. Oh goodness, Zelda's attacking my big cat Taver. She is so mean to him. I think Tabor was coming in to see how I was doing, and then Zelda come in and tackled him. That's what that was about. And she is so rough with him. Well, hello, Galaxy. Hey, Galaxy, do you want to come over into the camera? You're looking at him. Well, hello there. Can I get you to come over here so everyone can see you? Hang on a second. I'll see if I can get her to come over here for just a moment. Here. Come here. You ornery ass. She won't let me do it. She's feeling camera shy today. Galaxy is. Our black cat. We have a solid black cat. About a not quite a full long hair. But we have a black cat named Galaxy. And every once in a while she'll let me get her in the camera. Well, there she is. Hold on. The office is kind of a wreck right now. But I'll see if I can. There she is. Hey, Galaxy. That's our black cat, Galaxy. Yeah, she doesn't get on camera very often. When she was a kitten, she was always on camera. She was always on camera when she was a little bitty kitten. Not so much these days. Not so much these days. She kind of does her own thing. No, that's just the office. Uh, we've been slowly, right now, we're actually kind of going through some stuff. So it looks like a disaster. Um, I'm actually in the process of going through, I mean, an awful lot of stuff, awful lot of stuff. Over there in the corner, I've got a brand new paint gun we've yet to get a chance to use. And then over there on that shelf, that's actually a lot of car parts ready to go for some of it's car parts, some of it's power tools for the cars. Um, you know, just one of those things. I even got some of the old license plates for the cars. Why the fuck do we still have those? Oh well. Yeah, so it's a bit of a disaster in here. Projects everywhere. Projects everywhere. Matter of fact, we got the de-icer stuff that I still got to finish putting some of that. No, I don't think it'll work that way. We got that because we didn't get a chance to really start on it, but we're supposed to be starting to tear down all the old paint and all the rust. Where's the makeup bag? That is actually over there, which Princess Faye has some stuff stacked on it. But that's where she keeps all the makeup for Cinnamon on Saturdays. She keeps it over there in the corner, towards the corner of the office. As a matter of fact, there's projects all over the place that I'm supposed to be working on. Um, just all sorts of projects. I gotta finish up a ball peen hammer, which I gotta touch it up. It didn't, where on a couple of spots. I'll probably do that in video, where I actually kind of work on it a little bit, polish it up, and get it all nice and shiny and everything. Um, there are times I will go out to like places and buy really, really cheap tools and then recondition them to good quality tools. because during the molding process, the molding that they do over in China is just so horrible. So I'll purposely buy them that way, knowing that they're not going to be good quality tools, and then I turn them into quality tools. It's just something I do. As a matter of fact, I'll even go to like what they call it here in the United States, yard sales. Basically, people will take like old antiques and stuff like that it's ready for refurbish, or that it's still good. They just don't want it anymore, and they'll go out and set up tables in their front yard. They get a permit from the city, and they'll sell the stuff for one day in their front yard. They'll sell all their old stuff, and as a matter of fact, when that's how I got the camping hatchet, the old camping axe. Yes, I have seen I Am Legend, the remake with Will Smith. I've not seen the original yet, so don't no spoilers there. I've not seen the original yet. I would like to, but yeah, that's how we got this. I went and bought, and it was just the head of the axe, and I completely redone this. Took it all the way down, took all the rust off, and redid this camping axe. So now it's like this. And it's got a nice edge on it. And it was just an old axe. Bought it and another one that was actually cracked. Uh, oh, the remake is the spoiler? Okay. well, I don't want to be told if there's any differences between them. But, oh, really? What is my favorite pickaxe in Fortnite? My favorite one is Old Chopper. It looks like a fireman's axe. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I like it the most. It's my favorite, and for Fortnite. But yes, so this particular, yeah, we actually. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll have to make sure he sees that. But yeah, we actually we did this in the stream last year where I completely refurbished this, put the handle on and everything. So I took what was a forgotten axe, and brought it back to life last year, and it was a lot of fun. We've done that to a few different tools. I'll find, basically I'll find old rusted tools and bring them back to life. Do that with pocket knives, do that with all sorts of stuff. I love doing that stuff. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I like doing that with cars. It's just my thing, finding old stuff and making it like new. I've thought about going over to the Twitch side because, oh, there you go. What is my favorite skin in Fortnite? Well, I've been using the blast off skin. It is my favorite because it allows for customization. I enjoy it. And I like that ability to customize my character. I really think Fortnite should push that a little bit more. The only thing that I would change about the blast off character is the length of the hair. Because in all honesty, um, I mean, it's nice seeing the different skins that they bring out. But that's my favorite. Now, if you were to ask Cinnamon her favorite skin, she likes the Bright Bomber. Hey, what's going on, Simon? Oh, really? Okay, I could see that. I could see that very. If you were to ask Cinnamon her favorite skin in Fortnite, she likes the Bright Bomber as a the Bright Bomber and the Dark Bomber skins. Those are her favorites. That's not a 60s PC. Not quite, not quite. It's not a 1960s. It's actually a refurb from about the mid 2000s. It's a refurb, but it's just got to get it's got to get a new graphics card because the one that's in there is kind of it's 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 okay for, it's not really meant for streaming. That's the problem. It's good for video games, but Fortnite has actually grown in a lot of ways to the point where it is now, when I first started, and I'm talking, what some of you old players will call Chapter 2, Season 3. Um, because they're, in the originals, the different seasons, and then it went into the Chapter 2. Uh, so we're talking, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it does need a lot of upgrades. Um, so all of that being said, with all the upgrades that it does need, I mean, it's good for like, I know when I stream, it gets a little fuzzy at moments, but it does good otherwise. It does really good otherwise. Um, and I'm pretty sure it could even just about handle World of Warcraft again, if I wanted to get back into World of Warcraft. Yeah. What? No, Jay. You may leave BUW? Okay, well, you might have to tell me why. I'm curious about that because my BUW match just yeah, just totally started off. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're a pretty colorful kind of person too, Gabriel. I can see that. Yeah. Um, but so oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. But if you were to ask Cinnamon her favorite, she likes the bright bomber and the dark bomber the most. Those are her two favorites. In dark bomber mode, that's her competition one. When she's going full on competitive, wants you to know that she's all serious. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna get to work on the Teespring store as soon as possible so we can start getting the merch out. I think it's about time we do. I got to holler at Princess Faye. We'll get to work on that sometime in the morning. I know tomorrow we'll find something to do, something fun, and then Saturday will be a cinnamon live. Yeah, basically. Yep. Ah, the laser pickaxe. Yeah. Oh, you're struggling, huh? Yeah, I'll be on Save the World here in just a bit. I do have to film a couple of scenes for my uploaded content because it's one of those things that I've got to get these videos done. So I have to film I'm sorry, yeah, 2 scenes um for my uploaded content because I'm supposed to be backing off of streaming for a little while. And I'm just about to that point. Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow's supposed to be Faye's Corner. Princess Faye streams tomorrow. I don't have to do a dang thing tomorrow. It's going to be I don't have to do a doggone thing. But yeah, I'll be coming on to save the world here just shortly. All the way up to 9 likes. It started off kind of slow, but then a few people cycled in and out, and it's been a good stream. Hanging out with y'all, just chit chatting about life, you know. Oh yeah. Which I could probably hold it off till tomorrow because the lighting will be better because I'll have the outside light kind of helping the inside a little bit. And it always shines just right through the through the curtain to um kind of help the lighting a little bit. Yeah, I'll use natural lighting to help too. Basically help a scene. But I got to film one scene for the new Hot Rodder series that we're doing for our ladies, the Lady Mavericks. uh, don't worry, I'm sure my stalker will be glad to hit that dislike button because he's got no life. Yeah, I've got a stalker. He has a crush on me. I keep trying to explain to him, I don't swing that way. I'm married. And despite popular belief, I don't swing that way. But he'll find somebody and they'll sweep him off his feet. They'll take him out on a date. They'll buy him a foot long. He'll swallow it whole. Uh, it'll be good for him. There's always somebody. There's someone out there for somebody. I don't know who it is for him, but it sure as hell ain't me. Even if I did swing that way, I just no. Some things just don't wash off with Ajax and bleach. So you're on a struggle. Um, you do know it's pretty random. It's very random, Jake. It's a very random thing. It's just the luck of the draw. Um, you know. Yeah, I just had my debut match. It went very well in my favor, and I do believe we seen a move that you don't see very often in the BUW. We seen the pile driver. Yeah, the pile driver was used in my match. We seen a lot of moves that you don't see very often anymore in wrestling. Okay, Gabriel. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go slide off and probably jump on Save the World, wait for Princess Faye to wake up. And I know I'll be on for a little while tonight, but I need to she'll be up through the night and I will need to spend some time with my beloved wife. Um, Let me say it this way. I want to spend some time with my beloved wife. We don't get enough time together. And the time that I'm always working on YouTube. I'm always working very diligently. Even when I'm on video games, I'm still working. I'm working behind the scenes for the next video game giveaway, and save the world and that sort of thing. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, bad. I'd like to stay married. I do love her. I would like to stay married. you know. So no bucket of water. That gently go in, honey. Are you awake? You know, Jake, you're just you started off slow. You'll get one. You'll get a win. Don't give up yet. And always remember, it's not. I mean, yeah, I know when I finally take my first loss, I'll be very disappointed. But here's the thing. Um, how do I put this? You will nail those moves. It could even be just a matter of critiquing. It's all a matter of luck of the draw sort of thing. Because when you look at the match that I was in, I was sitting there like, well, this is, it's my debut. And I didn't fully suspect that I would possibly win. I was hoping I would, but I did. I'll go ahead and give you the spoilers alert. I did win. I won't give away the ending of the match, but I did win my first time out in BUW. Now that I've said that, uh, you know, being that I debuted in the BUW into in part three of this card, it was exciting. It was fun. I was on the edge of my seat, and I knew that it was the luck of the draw. So I didn't fully suspect that I would. Bad, you are so full of. Right now, I know Ian is sitting there just like world champ losing to a debut character. I know that he is probably beside himself. Um, I know that I'm going to be starting to look at regional titles to start getting my foothold, to establish myself as one of the at least a mid carder. You start looking at that scene. So that's kind of where that is. But that being the case, um, oh my God, stinky face. Yeah, I could see that out of you, bad. Let's just say my finisher definitely probably got some, got some, really kind of shook everyone up. Like, oh shoot, I just seen that, and I believe my match was the only one that you seen the pile driver, and you seen uh this particular finisher, and it was a tap out against an established character in BUW. And so I know that I know. Congratulations, Augie man, for helping my character in BUW put on one one heck of a debut match. Thank you for doing that for me, for getting helping me get a good start in BUW. Thank you very much, Augie man. Um, I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart for helping me get a good start in BUW. It was a great match, and I was on the edge of my seat. Great move set that you've selected for your character. Great move set. Oh wow. Um, I had I believe it or not, um, I wanted to try out for the high school wrestling team, but my mom wouldn't let me do it, and I wanted to badly. Of course, I was also asked if I would be on the high school football team, American football, not not what you all call in other parts of the world. Football is what we call soccer here in the United States. Our football is different. It's kind of like a English rugby. It's a lot like it, but not exactly the same. That's American football. Uh, but I will say rugby is a much more physically enduring sport. Our American football is physically and it is a seriously physically challenging sport. Because of my background in the medical field, I do not like it, because I don't, and all the showboating. I feel that sportsmanship isn't where it should be in that particular. I mean, it's okay to celebrate, but yes. Oh shit, bad. That's rough. Now broke his shoulder. Well, you broke his collarbone, his clav. My shoulder. Yeah, the clavicle. You broke his clavicle. I had to think about that for a second, and broke his clavicle. Which, for the record, my son Devin, when I was teaching, when he actually knew his bone structure before he actually knew like fingers, toes, all that. He actually knew his bone structure before anything else. I was teaching him bone structure at the age of 3. He knew all the different bones in the body. Uh, where the sternum was and the apex of the sternum. He knew about the clavicle, scapula, humerus. Yeah, he knew all of that. Femur, showed him how, show him where the femur was. And I taught him that sort of stuff. So if anybody was actually injured, you know, was actually injured, on the playground or something like that, he would actually know, you know, he would be able to, that sort of stuff, was basically teaching him about the medical field before, um, actually, he started learning the medical field before he was even out of diapers and that sort of thing. Yeah, I was teaching my boy a lot about the medical field. But anyhow, all right. So we've had a good stream. I do need to jump off here. Need to jump over and hang out with you guys on Save the World. Well, I need to go check see how we did. Princess Faye and I did in the Flash Cup tournament. I think we did well. I imagine we just placed decent. So we'll see how it went. But that does bring us to a great stopping point. Jake, holler at me, okay? Holler at me. You can. I know you're on Facebook. Holler at me, okay? Don't give up just yet. All right. Just holler at me. All righty. But that does bring us to a good stopping point. Okay. A great stopping point. Uh, Wait a minute, Jake. Aren't you a member of the Boogeymen? Yeah, I think you are actually. But with all of that being said, again, thank you guys for helping support me in getting to 15 years sober. We've talked about a little bit of everything tonight. Just stuff that goes on in daily life, my life as a I know you're on in the Facebook community. Holler at me. Hook up with me. We'll chit chat, man. We'll chit chat. Bad you Enriquez. You say that, but then if anybody does, it's like that's my dislike button, motherfucker. uh, again, I want to thank you all for supporting me as I, make another year sober. You guys are awesome. 15 years sober. That's a long time. That's a long time for this guy to be without a drink or a drug. And I got all of you to thank for it. Every one of you. You guys are that awesome. And I couldn't have done it without all of you and all the members of Alcoholics Anonymous. It takes all of you to help me stay sober. And I can't thank you all enough. You guys are amazing. But that does bring us to a good stopping point. A stopping point where I'd like to say to all of you, at day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And if nobody's told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you. Come on, all these notifications.